Okay, I think we should start now. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this interesting lecture. Today we have Professor Clarence Kavalin, who is professor in religious studies at NLA University College in Bergen, Norway, and he has done research on Vedic religion, ritual theory, Christian art, and religious education. He is presently working on projects focusing on AI technology, religion, and creativity. And today, Professor Kavalin will speak about the challenge of AI technology for higher education. So, Professor, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for being able to give this presentation. And we meet online, and you are there in Zagreb. Next time, I hope to be in Zagreb and see the beautiful city of Zagreb once again. But here we are online. Artificial intelligence has become ubiquitous, rising in global agendas in the news, as I suppose most of you have probably noticed. Over the past 2 years, I have written reflections on AI's development and its effects on education and human creativity. For example, I'm presently working on an article about what a Thomistic perspective on personhood and relation between creator and creature can bring to the discussion of highly competent AI agents. My perspective is, however, shaped not only by my academic work, which is religious studies, but also my background in art. Having trained as a painter at the Art Academy in Sweden, Gothenburg, the city of Gothenburg, I now also explore AI's potential not only in education, but also in video and film production. The advancements in AI video generation, voice synthesis, and image creation in 2024 were staggering, and 2025 promises even greater leaps. For this lecture, though, I will focus on AI's implications for higher education, the context most of us presumably share, and devote particular attention to how this intersects with the relationship between religion and science, which is the focus of the center in Zagreb. I've chosen 8 points for this presentation that have emerged as especially important in my teaching and research. While higher education often prioritizes text, I will argue that AI's multimodal capabilities, combining text, images, video, and sound, in conjunction with the rise of AI agents, are crucial and potentially transformative for education and also research. However, the first point addresses a broader concern of mine: how AI is perceived and incorporated or not incorporated within educational systems. So the title for this first point is From Instrument to System. One of the tasks that has arisen as a result from my beginning of my work with AI is delivering lectures for organizations, teachers, pupils, and students with limited knowledge or no experience with artificial intelligence technology. Initially, I presumed there would be widespread interest in the audience to understand both the breadth and depth of this momentous development in the digitalization of human life, culture, and work. However, the reality is often quite different. When I visit schools to conduct such introductory AI sessions with teachers, I frequently encounter hesitation and fear, coupled with superficial knowledge. The primary interest often lies in the technology as a tool for enhancing existing tasks, rather than to explore its broader implications. Many instinctively perceive AI as a threat to their way of life, and thus triggering subrational survival instincts. A few are even AI haters, fiercely resisting any engagement with the technology. except restricting it. Similar dynamics occur at the organizational level. Institutions, such as schools, hesitate and want to domesticate AI, turning it into useful tools within existing workflows, such as enhanced versions of word processors, spreadsheets, or dictionaries. This constrained perspective has prompted me to reconsider my role, not merely being a researcher explaining the principles and creative potential uses and futures of AI, but I play the role of an agent myself, enabling or at least opening up the possibility of systematic change. Educational institutions, much like individuals, are information processing systems with procedures assessing whether a technology necessitates changes to their rules and regulations or whether it simply adds another layer of requirements and complications. However, the educational system is not designed to handle the scope, intensity, and speed of AI development. While minor adjustments, like altering rules for written assignments or translations, may be manageable, the broader challenges are far more significant and urgent. This means that when I address you today through cables connecting Scandinavia with Southern Europe, I'm acutely aware of that the success of this type of communication depends on your psychological firewall to this intelligent technology. Given the subliminal fear that many harbor toward AI technology, a technology that seems uncontainable in principle, defensive mechanisms often come into play. I therefore encourage you to reflect for a moment on your own position and attitudes and those of your professional organization or present context. How are these perspectives influencing your reception of this lecture, or what I'm trying to say, and of AI development in general? Are you prepared to change? Is your institution equipped for rapid information processing and reorganization, or is it fundamentally resistant to such shifts? You may write in the comment section if this is open, if you want. This is an ongoing reflection on my part, and I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, or can bring it up during the discussion. So, adopting a systematic rather than instrumental perspective to AI makes it easier to grasp the broader implications of this technology for education. It also highlights the ways existential and religious questions are activated. The development of intelligent artifacts concerns fundamental of society and culture, with involving centrally ideas of what a human person is and ought to be. For the next hour, I therefore propose you reflect on the nature and implications of this technology before passing judgment on its goodness and or perversity. You may already have experienced AI in the form of a chatbot, but this is merely one interface and not the most transformative one. So the first expansion of the view of AI, besides from instrument to system, that we will explore today, is the shift from more or less only text to multimodality. AI's ability to operate across sensory modalities, text, images, sound, and even smells, simulates how we understand and construct representations of our world. These AI capabilities blur the line between what is real and what is fabricated, challenging our perception of reality. One can say that AI systems construct representations of the many alternative realities in a similar way as human fiction and imagination does. In education, this shift from text to multimodality will lead to fundamental changes. Imagine replacing static textbooks with interactive, intelligent agents that deliver content through interconnected modalities. The book, so to say, is then intelligently interactive in a conversation with you, using 3D and video resources together with sound. It's more an invitation to a dynamic world than a static text. And that is also why several actors within the development of AI is focusing on what is called world models, simulations of the world and also possible worlds. While this may seem foreign to academics trained in the primacy of written fixed text, it offers a learning experience that is both more immersive and tailored to the individual. Such learning worlds will, however, be costly to produce while potentially infinitely scalable. This will seriously disrupt the present structure of national systems of local universities and colleges. Instead, several different kinds of institutions, the publisher, the AI company, the online college, will probably fuse into an entity, different kinds of entities, constructing and educating through generated multilingual virtual worlds. So the third point of this lecture is from trust to control. Trust is foundational to human relationships and institutions. Yet AI's ability to mimic human behavior in all modalities complicates this dynamic. Photos and videos, once reliable proofs of reality, more or less reliable proofs of reality, are no longer definitive. For example, I followed during the last period of last year the craze about UFOs and drone alarms in New Jersey. And I saw a lot of videos of flickering points of light circulating online as evidence. It is extremely easy to generate such videos with AI video tools, just as an example. Higher education must address this erosion of trust, particularly in examinations, of course, but also qualitative research, including master's and PhD projects. How do we ensure integrity in a world where trust signals can be fabricated with ease? And is an education system that lacks all trust relationships even feasible, or perhaps more importantly, humane? That is, will the control necessary for mitigating the dangers of deepfakes and machine text transform education into something suitable only for robots, but not for humans? So the question here is, will the control needed make us inhuman? The fourth point, from chatbots to agents. AI is evolving from basic chatbots, or the interface with us as chatbots, to intelligent agents capable of performing complex tasks. While chatbots provide information, agents deliberate, choose, and act based on goals, principles, and values. 2025 is projected by many to be the year of AI agents, and agent capabilities signify a shift from AI as a tool to AI as a collaborator, which reflects the first point of the move from seeing AI as an instrument to a system. in this case, it's from a tool, instrument, to AI as a collaborator, or even a replacement in educational and organizational roles. For example, AI agents could take over administrative tasks such as scheduling, grading, and managing student records, allowing educators to focus on teaching and mentoring. But moreover, AI agents could serve as personalized tutors, offer real-time feedback, and adapting to individual student needs in a way that traditional teaching methods cannot. While in research, AI agents might handle data collection, such as the interviews, data analysis, literature reviews, and even drafting initial papers, and thereby significantly accelerating the academic research process. So you take one further step, and we go from single agents to multi-agent systems. This becomes increases in the level of challenge. AI's potential extends beyond the individual agents to multi-agent systems, where AI entities collaborate to achieve complex goals. These systems can operate more efficiently than human teams, at least in theory, communicating at speeds in ways humans cannot match. For example, in large-scale research projects, multi-agent systems can simultaneously analyze vast data sets, synthesize findings, and generate reports in a fraction of the time it would take human teams. In higher education, understanding and preparing for these systems is crucial. How will multi-agent systems reshape research, teaching, and administration? What roles will humans play in organization increasingly driven by AI collaboration? The most probable, or at least intermediate stage, is a kind of mixed systems, a mix between human and AI agents, and where natural language is mainly used. But probably that is not the end. You will have multi-agent systems which where the AI agents communicate in their own languages, and then there have to be translations between human and machine language. We can also imagine meetings where, which is already now possible, an ordinary meeting at the department where we have 3 or 4 AI agents and 2 or 3 human persons interacting within a meeting. So next point. The integration of AI with robotics promises an era of humanoid intelligent robots. These robots, combining physical technology with multimodal AI, will learn about and interact with the physical world, altering our environment in new ways. For higher education, this raises profound questions about human work, social life, and individual identity. How will we adapt to a world where AI not only assists but actively participates in shaping our environment? This impacts not only teaching environments, but also the society for which we educate students. And how can older teachers adapt to such a development? The world they know and knew will disappear, either gradually or very quickly. So the next point, from computer programs to artificial persons. An AI avatar invested with a particular personality, including emotional profile, memories, and quirks, challenge our understanding of personhood. What ultimately distinguishes a human teacher from an AI-driven avatar? We only infer intelligence, consciousness, and emotions from outer behavior, which is the basis of the famous Turing test. Even with an advanced brain scanner, these genuine human characteristics are not visible. Only the material processes in brain matter are registered. You do not see subjective experience. Also, a deep neural network has this mysterious quality, which is why it is called a black box. And if AI can emulate personalities, for example, if people upload their personalities before dying to a cloud-based service, who owns the rights to these digital personas? Do you, as a teacher, have the copyright to your own personality? Can the university where you teach let your avatar teach after your death, or when you're on vacation, or if you're fired? The deeper question is, what is a human person? Is this fundamentally a spiritual question, or is it possible to answer it with only recourse to the materiality of the body? In 2024, an AI entrepreneur wrote, "We are not created by God, but we create gods." This statement reflects the broader themes of transhumanism and concepts like singularity, which often portray AI as a savior from the limitations of the human body, offering visions of immortality and omniscience soon to arrive. The religious dynamics of creator and creature resurfaces in our relationship with AI systems. Will we grant our creations freedom, or will we seek to keep them as subservient, intelligent machine slaves? As AI systems grow in reasoning capabilities, this question will only become more pressing and complex. If we are also creatures, how can we claim a right to freedom if we deny our creatures this right? Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, expressed in an interview, or maybe it was a tweet, that the advancement of AI technology might necessitate the development of a new form of religion or spirituality. This somewhat provocative idea underscores the need for traditional religions to respond with more dedication and speed than normally done to technological innovation and change. Addressing these foundational questions will become one of the most critical challenges in the intersection between science and religion. So to the conclusion, AI agents will profoundly impact science. They will not only conduct research, including research on themselves, but also derive significant benefits from these processes, which creates a self-improving loop. Such advancements will compel us to ask fundamental questions. What is the most important roles and purposes of human persons? And such inquiries inevitably lead to existential and religious considerations. What is the, say, ultimate or the first most important meaning of life? What does it mean to be both a creature and creator at the same time, or merely a creator? In this context, creativity becomes central for exploring questions of human worth and meaning. Religions must actively and knowledgeably engage in these discussions. Without their input, the narratives risk being dominated by different forms of speculative sci-fi spirituality, whether it takes the form of human deification or dystopian visions of technological Armageddon. Education too is being transformed, not only in its methods, but also in its ultimate or in its purposes. As society undergoes profound change, we will be forced to reconsider the goals of education. We should not continue to preparing students for a world that will no longer exist. Currently, higher education hesitates to address the more radical implications of what it seems, at least, exponential technological developments. While this caution may stem from a commendable instinct to preserve enduring values and wisdom, it could also lead to stagnation. If universities fail to adapt, characterized as they often are by institutional inertia, they may be replaced by more agile alternatives. The pace of AI development remains steep, with significant advancements occurring on a weekly or at least monthly basis. Although this rate of change might eventually stabilize, merely the technologies already emerging, multi-agent systems, advanced multimodal capabilities, humanoid robots, and AI systems seemingly at least imbued with personhood present sharp challenges. Addressing these in the context of education will require a willingness to engage with technological, philosophical, and religious questions. Thank you very much for your attention.